Welcome back. I'm your host, John. In our small groups, we talk a lot about vision we have for our families. We talk about where we want to go, but a vision without an accurate map is just a daydream. Recently, I sat down with a friend, Samantha, here in Idaho. She was celebrating a new job offer, $20 an hour. On the surface, it looked like a great win. But as we started looking at the fine print of being an independent contractor, that $20 started to look very different. If you're a 1099 worker, a business owner, or somebody considering a side hustle, this episode is for you. We're going to pull back the curtain on self-employment taxes, explain why gross pay is an illusion that leads to debt if you don't plan well, and I'm going to give you the exact 3-account system I use to help my clients move from financial guesswork to kingdom clarity. Let's get to the math, because the kingdom man leads with truth, especially when it comes to his numbers. And if you're driving, don't worry about it. In the show notes, you're going to be able to see a little breakdown of what Samantha's pay is. Welcome to Financial Coaching Kingdom Men, the podcast that helps you align your money with your purpose. I'm your host, John. We've all felt the weight of financial stress, the sleepless nights, the silent disagreements with our spouse, the feeling that we've just not in control. But what if there's a better way? What if managing your money was less about math and more about peace of mind? On this podcast, we'll explore a different kind of financial freedom. It's not just about what you earn or what you owe. It's about the emotional clarity that comes from being on the same page with your spouse, the spiritual strength you gain from worshiping God with your finances, and the deep satisfaction of knowing you're building a lasting legacy for your family. Every week, we'll cut through the noise to bring you simple, powerful truths that will help you move from financial chaos to confidence. If you're ready to find clarity, grow in unity, and live with purpose, you're in the right place. Let's get started. I recently sat down with Samantha, a talented professional here in Idaho. She had just been offered a new role with a local organization, and on the surface, it looked like a great win, $20 per hour. But as we looked closer, the fine print surfaced. They wanted to hire her as an independent contractor, a 1099, rather than a traditional W-2 employee. That meant no benefits, no health insurance, and most importantly, no tax withholdings. Samantha is focusing more on her money these days and wanted to know, how much of this $20 is actually mine? And how do I make sure the IRS doesn't come knocking next April? Her question is wise. For a 1099 worker, gross pay is an illusion. Without a system, you aren't just earning an income, you could be incurring debt. When you're a W-2 employee, your boss pays half of your Social Security and Medicaid tax. When you're self-employed, you are the boss. That means you are responsible for the full 15.3% self-employment tax on top of your standard federal and Idaho state income taxes. In our state, once you factor in the flat tax and federal brackets, nearly 30% of every dollar you earn is already spoken for. To find your true wage, you have to work backwards. Here is what happened with Samantha's $20. She got a gross pay of $20. Then we have that self-employment tax at 15.3%. So that subtract that $3.06. Estimated the federal income tax, we'll say that's $2. And let's estimate the Idaho state income tax. Let's call that another $1.16. So her actual take-home pay, $13.78 per hour. Suddenly, that $20 offer looks a lot different. If you're offered a 1099 position, you generally need to ask for 20 to 30% more than a W-2 rate just to stay even. Now, if you're listening to these numbers and that drop from $20 down to $13.78 and you're feeling a bit of air leave your tires, I want you to take a breath. The goal here isn't to discourage you from being a 1099 contractor. In fact, being your own boss is one of the best ways to build wealth and legacy for your family. The goal is to move you from out of a reaction phase and into a leadership phase. See, Samantha didn't need just a calculator to tell her how much she was losing money. She needed a system to help her manage what she was keeping. We often say that God provides the seed, but He expects us to manage the soil. If your financial soil is a mess of mixed up bank accounts and shoeboxes full of receipts, the harvest is never going to reach its full potential. So, how do you fix it? How do we go from the April 15th anxiety to total financial peace? It comes down to what I call the 3-account system. This is the physical barrier that protects your family from the taxman and ensures you are actually bringing home what you think you are. Let's break down exactly how to set these up and how the money should flow from them every single time you get paid. If you're working a 1099 job, you must stop commingling your funds. You need to put a physical barrier between your business revenue and your grocery money. So we could talk about the business hub. It's that checking account. Every 1099 check lands here. You don't buy coffee or pay rent from this account. Then we have the tax vaults. It's a savings account. Move 30% here immediately. This is invisible money. It's not yours. It's the government's. It belongs to the IRS. It's not yours. The personal paycheck, the checking account. Only after the tax is moved do you pay yourself for your household needs. The only way to legally lower your tax bill is through diligent tracking. If you're like Samantha and working from home, these are your tools for deduction. Your home office. Look at that square footage for your deducted workspace. Tech. What, do you got a laptop? Paying for internet, essential software, growth. Maybe you got a coach or you're training to do your... You can use programs like QuickBooks Self-Employed. They allow you to scan receipts in real time so nothing gets lost. Remember, if it isn't tracked, it doesn't exist to the IRS. Bottom line, Samantha didn't need a calculator. She needed a system. By the end of their talk, she had a roadmap to track her income with integrity and pay her quarterly estimates with confidence. As a kingdom man or woman, leads with clarity, not guesswork. If you're entering the world of the 1099 work, don't just guess at your numbers. Know them. If you're listening and thinking, this is great, but I don't know where to start, that's exactly why we're here. We offer one-on-one coaching to help you build a personalized financial strategy that aligns with your faith and your goals. Visit financialcoachjohnllc.com. That's financialcoachjohnllc.com to book your free discovery call. Let's work together to create a roadmap to your financial future. A few mornings ago, during my Bible reading time, came across Luke chapter 19, verses 11 through 27. And, it's the story about the parable of the 10 minas, and how the servants were given monies while the owner of the land, the nobleman, went to a far country. And there was 10 servants, and there were some that did well. They took the money, and they took those 10 minas, and they made 10 more minas. There were some that took those 10 minas and made 5 minas. And there was some that, hey, I'm just bearing this. I don't trust you. I don't want to be a part of this. What was interesting when you read that is just that reminder of, okay, business. We are all supposed to make business. We're all supposed to continue on with what God has given us to do under the sun. And we are also supposed to try to make more with what God has given us, as we see here. Verse 23, why then did you not put my money in the bank, and at my coming I might have collected it with interest? And he said to those who stood by, take the mina from him, and give it to the one who has 10 minas. And they said to him, Lord, he has 10 minas. I tell you that to everyone who has, more will be given, but from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. It's that good reminder to me of, yes, business is a biblical, it is a good thing. We are to be in business. So don't run away from it. If God is calling you to something, do what God's calling you to do. And worship Him with the money that you are getting. Hope you have a great day.